Helo, shwmai a chroeso I ail ddiwrnod ras cefn y ddraig. Welcome to the second day of the Dragon's Back race. It's going to be a proper test for these runners today. Cer amdani, pob lwc I chi gyd, they're all smiling, but today is going to be even longer than yesterday. Yesterday, the dragon bared its teeth, but today it's going to take these runners into some of the most wildest, remote, most technical ground of the southern Eryri Mountains.
Day 2 starts from the ever-sunny Nantgwinon Valley. Very quickly, the runners have got a steep and challenging climb up to the summit of Cnicht, and then a wonderful journey through the Moelwyn Mountains. They then drop down, climb again into the Rhinogydd and the famous Rhinogydd and Rhinogydd, before dropping down to the overnight camp at the end of Day 2.
So we're well into day 2 here of the Dragon's Back race. The adrenaline, the excitement of the start has slowly started to fade, and the runners are now settling into the long journey ahead. At the moment, they're crossing the Rhinogydd. The broken, unforgiving, steep terrain makes this day seem to last forever. I think this most probably is one of the toughest sections of the whole course. Every step on this terrain saps energy. Every descent feels harder than the climb before, and I can tell you that from experience. I remember thinking that day 2 would never come to an end, but somehow these mountains have an incredible way of making you and forcing you to dig deeper into achieving something that you didn't think was possible. Now let's talk about the race itself. Everybody started at different times this morning, so it's very hard for me to tell you at this very moment who's leading. But one thing I can tell you, it was very exciting with only 7 minutes separating David Parish, who was leading last night and 3rd position. Holly Wootton is looking so powerful and leading the women's race, and 20% have dropped down to the hatchling course, proving how difficult a course this truly is. But regardless of their whys or their reasons for running this race, every runner is battling against their own race, their own demons and their own tough mountain journey. Wow, what a day. We've just seen how brutal today has been and how much of a toll it's taken on many of the runners. 20% have now dropped down to the hatchling, while the leaders are really pushing the pace at the front. Further down, it's all about grit, perseverance and determination and making those cut-offs. But I'm delighted to tell you now that I'm joined by one of the youngest runners in the Dragon's Back race. Racing the toughest mountain race in the world is Claudia Marks. Well, congratulations on getting to day 2. How much have you enjoyed it so far?
Oh, I've loved it. It's been so tough, the toughest thing I've ever done, but it's been, incredible. The support and just the scenery and the mountains have been, incredible. I've loved it.
What was the motivation for running the toughest mountain race in the world?
Well, the Welsh Mountains have just been they're such a special place for me. My grandfather lived here, so I've spent a lot of my childhood coming here. And my mum, she's probably my biggest inspiration. She is just kind of like given us this sense of adventure and kind of drive to go out and explore, and I think the mountains here just provide all of that, and I love it.
I saw your mother up on the mountains today, out supporting. It's so nice to see friendly faces out there to spur you on.
Definitely makes such a difference, because I think, especially with the weather, it's been mentally really tough and had to really dig deep, and I think seeing people out there it's been, makes a big difference.
And running over, especially the Rhinogydd, you can see Tywyn, which is very close to your heart, isn't it?
It is, that is kind of where I've got so many great memories, and running is just, it's just the best. So it feels like I'm kind of heading home, so tomorrow it's really exciting to kind of know where I am and kind of, know the terrain really well.
You're a student at Cardiff University.
Yes.
You're actually running back to your lectures.
Yes, exactly. So I'm heading back in time for the beginning of term, so it's really pretty handy.
Most people would catch a train or drive down or...
Yeah, I think it's probably the longest route back that I've ever had to take.
And when you were born, your mother was told that you might not even be able to run when you grew up.
No, so I was born with hip dysplasia, so they had no idea if I would be able to walk or run or even just have problems at this point of my life, and now I'm able to go out running, so it's incredible.
And you're now running the toughest mountain race in the world. Well, that's surely inspirational. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
hope you make lectures in time.
So do I. Thank you.
And good luck to you as well for
you
the
so
rest
much.
of the week.
Thank you.
Diolch.
Yep.
We've just heard from Claudia, so let's look at the race standings. At the moment, Holly Wooten is dominating the women's race. Eleanor Johnston is second, with Leanne Van Dijk in third position. In the men's race, then, we've got David Parrish leading, but it's all very, very close still. He's got about 16 minutes over Ed Brewer, and then in third position, we've got Pieter de Vorter. And I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by Ed now. What a day.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really great day on the hills.
Why come to the mountains of Wales? You're a sky runner, you've raced all over Europe. What's so special, not that I'm biased, about the Welsh mountains?
Well, I think growing up as a kid, all my holidays were to Wales or Scotland, and I love running here, love climbing here. There's some beautiful, easily accessible mountains, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Well, of course there's nothing wrong with them. But joking aside, what was the highlight today for you?
Oh, it was all brilliant. I was running with Peter and Danny for almost the whole day, and just being in that strong group. Danny knows the route so well, and lovely group to be in.
And what does running in the mountains give you, personally?
I think lots of things. The freedom is massive, the challenge, seeing how far I can push myself. It's definitely a big part of it.
So let's talk about the race itself. You're in second position. You've never actually raced this distance or multi-stage racing before.
Yeah, first multi-stage race.
How are you feeling about it?
It's going a lot better than I was expecting. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I was expecting. It's an awesome race.
And you're still very young, 23 years old, still learning the trade, very fast runner, of course, with your track record. So what is it that the toughest mountain race is giving you? Is it exceeding your expectations?
Yeah. I think I've always had in my head Dragon's Back as this legendary race, and thought it'd be a lot later before I gave it a go. And then there was an opportunity to do it this year, and I found out a bit late notice, but I was like, wow, you can't give up this opportunity, so why not dip my toes? And really loving it. I love the community atmosphere, make so many friends quickly.
What's the thing that worries you most about this race?
I've got lots of worries. I'm worried that my legs will suddenly give up after I'll wake up and they won't have recovered at all. I'm worried about getting left on my own. I think I struggle a lot more when I'm on my own. So I think a big thing will be sticking with some experienced guys and trying to follow them.
It's nice to hear that somebody of your calibre has that. So some of the runners who are just making cut-off think, right, I'm not on my own with these worries.
No, definitely.
We wish you all the very best of luck, Ed.
Thank you very much.
And looking forward to seeing your progress throughout the week. Diolch yn fawr iawn I ti. So 2 very tough technical days have been completed, but tomorrow, the 3rd day, will be a real game changer as the race progresses into the heart of Wales with long ridges and relentless climbing, making it even more difficult for the runners. 66 kilometres in total, climbing 2,900 metres across the mighty Cadair Idris, but the Dragon isn't happy with just that. Tomorrow, it'll be throwing in some very brutal weather conditions, some very heavy rain, making matters even worse for the runners. So the stage is set, a stage that will really test their limits. So keep sending those Dragon mail and keep dot watching. It really does make a difference for all of these competitors behind me. And we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Nos da I chi gyd.